everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. Today I'm going to be doing a Dollar Tree DIY with the farmhouse market calendar that is so popular and people are having a hard time finding it. Somebody sent me this one, so I'm very thankful for that. So I have one calendar to deal with and I'm going to make the most of it. So what I'm going to start with this particular project is the pictures on the back of the calendar. Now I'm cutting them out to make them into little squares, okay? And then I'm going to make them into ornaments that can go on my Christmas tree or in my tiered trays, or really anywhere anything tiny will fit. If you want to do all 12 of the pictures on the back, you're going to need to get 3 packages of the tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. Now, they come in all one color and they come with brown and natural. You decide which look you like the best. Okay, we're going to be putting them together into little planks to make our ornaments on, and this is what the regular plain ones will look like, and this is what the painted ones will look like. And you can mix and match them to make them into whatever look you want to make that goes with your decor. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I did, and I'm going to go ahead and use the plain one. I always put a little snip in the corner and then I just twist and it comes open. I'm not going to do all of these, but if you do get 3 packages, you'll have 13 ornaments and a couple of pieces left over. Now you do need to pay attention because on the bottom of one of the bricks there's going to be the copyright and information number down there. So make sure you sand that off before you glue them together. Okay, so the first thing I did is I'm using the wood glue super glue from the Dollar Tree. I love this stuff. I like it better than the Gorilla Glue. It's a little bit thinner and it's just easier to clean up. So I'm going to glue these into groups of 2. Just put a little glue on the side and put them side by side, and I let that harden up just a little bit. Okay, groups of 2, and you need 8 blocks for each ornament. So you need to glue 4 groups of 2 together. And I have one of these already glued left over from another package, so I'm not going to do any more of those. And then you're going to let those dry for about 5 minutes or so. I'm going to go ahead and go with it. And once those are dry, then you're going to go ahead and glue 2 groups of 2 together. So you have a run of 4 and a run of 4. And then once those are dry, you would glue those 2 groups of 4 together to make your ornament. Okay, I'm not going to wait for these to dry and show you that because I think you are smart enough to figure that out. Okay, so you need to make sure that these wood pieces have plenty of time to dry. And while those are drying, I went ahead and I made 12 of my little bundle bows. So what I'm going to do is get everything made up ahead of time so I can just kind of assembly line these ornaments at once I get everything prepped. So I'm going to show you how to make these little jute bundle bows, and that's what I call them. So you need to start with some jute, and any thickness will work, and depending on how big you want it will depend on how many fingers you wrap it around. I decided that 3 fingers wide was going to be a good bow size for this. Now whenever I show bundle bows on my channel, somebody always says just use a fork. You can wrap it around a fork and then thread the jute up through one of the tines to tie it, but they'll be smaller than this. So if you want to use a fork to do this, I would use like a serving size fork. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this around 7 times. There's 1, oops, slipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to come back here because I started here where the end is, and that's where I'm going to put my other end. I'm going to snip with a tail, and then I'm going to snip that tail off because I need that piece of twine. Okay, now my loose ends, my beginning and my ending, are right here together, and I'm going to push that into a bundle with the ends in the middle so that they get tied. Okay, so now I have this little bundle of twine. Okay, and I'm going to tie that little piece around it. And when I do that, I just put the twine around the bow and I put it down on my table and use one of my fingers to hold the bow down. And then I tie the first knot, and I make sure that I have the tied part centered in my loop bundle. And then I go ahead and make a double knot. Okay, voila, that's your bundle bow right there. These look so adorable on anything you do that's farmhouse. I mean, I haven't come across anything that these don't just add a little cheer to. You can fluff them up, you can leave them flat, you can do whatever you want with those once you get them made. So I went ahead and I made 12 bundle bows, and I have a big pile of those there. This, you can use the jute from the Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree hasn't had it recently, so this is something from the garden center at Walmart. I think it was put out by Miracle Grow. It's some really nice twine though. So then I'm going to take these little pictures off of the back of my calendar, and you can cut these on a paper cutter if you're not sure about your cutting skills and you don't want to mess them up. You want to make sure they're absolutely straight. I don't care if they're absolutely straight. I just think it adds to the charm a little bit if they're not perfect. Okay, so I'm just cutting the pictures out. All right, there's my 12 pictures. I wish they would make a 12 days of Christmas calendar where you had one day for every month. I think that would be fun. So I'm thinking I'm going to put my little square down up here at the top, and I'm just going to glue them down. I don't even think I'm going to mess with Mod Podge. And then I'm going to stick a bow on it and figure out a hanger. So let me get some tacky glue. Alright, I'm just going to use my clear gel tacky glue. I apparently took my glue to school when we were building bulletin boards this week, and it's still sitting on my desk. I don't like Elmer's white glue for gluing letters onto the bulletin board, so I took my tacky glue in, and yeah. The reason I'm not going to put Mod Podge on the top of these is I don't want to take the time to put another coat of sealer on after that, and Mod Podge will sometimes get sticky when you're storing it for a while. Alright. Oh, don't let it get crooked, but make sure you get all the air bubbles out. And then I have my hot glue gun heating up, and I'm just going to put a little drop of glue on there and glue down a bow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get these all made, and then we'll put a hanger on them. And I have all different styles. Oh, I like that on the butcher board looking kind. I also like the quick grab, whatever it's called, tacky glue. It works nice too. It comes in a silver bottle. That's one of my favorites. Now, one thing I do want to caution you about with these Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree is not all Jenga blocks are created equal. So I always buy an extra package because sometimes you get some that are thicker than others and they just don't work when you're putting them together in a little slab like this. Some are thicker, some are thinner. It's just interesting how inconsistent they can be. One of the biggest complaints I have heard about these calendars is that the paper is super thin. So if you're going to use Mod Podge, be really careful. Do a really thin layer, put your picture down, and then let it dry completely before you put any more on the top, because the paper is very thin and it's wrinkling up on people something fierce. So save yourself a little headache and let it dry in between coats. You could paint these white, you could whitewash them, you could stain them, you could use the antique wax on them. All of those things would work to make these even more farmhousey. Now, if you want to put an extra sealer on these, go ahead and Mod Podge. They will probably be more secure if they were Mod Podged, but I don't want to mess with the extra seal and the waiting for it to dry and everything to get this video done. So I'm going to just glue them on. I think they'll be okay. They seem to be sticking really well. Alright, so now I have my 12 farmhouse ornaments for Christmas, and I can trim off all of these little bow tails to be a little shorter. But what I really want to do now is get a hanger on them. So I'm going to go back with my jute again. Okay, there's my 12 ornaments. So what I'm going to do is just tie a knot in my jute. I'm probably going to tie a double knot because it'll look bigger. Okay, and then I'm going to push these out of the way. And I am going to glue the knot to the top. So it's a little too long of tail. Let's see, this string is 1, 2, 3, 4, just a hair over 5 inches long from the knot to the knot. And I'm just going to put 2 little dots of hot glue, and I'm going to put the knot into the glue. I think on farmhouse ornaments it looks adorable to have a knot on the front. Okay, if you don't like that look, then put your hanger on the back. That's totally fine too. You could also put an eye hook in here or just one in the middle. You could do it however you wanted. I'm just going to take my scissors and clip at the bottom of the ornament because I don't want it to get caught on anything. There's my first one, all done. Now another way I could do it, I think a couple of farmhouse beads on here would be very cute as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tie my knot. Whoop. I messed up on my knot. I didn't get them on top of each other. I got them side by side and that looked silly. You don't have to double knot. One knot's probably fine. I'm going to cut my 5 inches. I'm actually going to cut a little bigger than 5 inches on this one. I'm going to take my wood glue and put a dot. This is how, when I'm going to thread some beads onto string, instead of putting tape around the edge, I just like to roll my string or my jute in a little bit of glue on my finger. And then I don't have to mess with the tape coming off in the middle of the bead sometimes. So I'm going to fish out 2 little beads. So I'm just going to feed these 2 beads on. Now, if I wanted my beads to stay up at the top of my ornament hanger, I would tie a knot on each side of these beads, and then I would make sure that my hanger strings are the same size on both sides. If I wanted them down the middle, I could tie a knot wherever I wanted them to land. Me, I just like them to be free and let them land wherever they want to land. If they want to be at the top, great. If they want to be at the bottom, no problem. So, oh, I forgot to tie a knot on that end. Let's go ahead and get this one in. Can't believe I forgot to do that. Gotta be faster. My glue's gonna dry. Flip off the glue the end. So they could be up at the top like that, or you could tie them to where they stay at the side like that. But I just kind of like them hanging down here by the actual ornament. Okay, so that's your choice. You can do whatever kind of hanger you want, beads or no beads. I like it both ways, and I'll probably do half of them with beads and half of them without. Alright, as soon as I get all of the hangers tied on and glued on, I will make them pretty and come back and show you how everything turned out. Hey guys, I'm back for a quick second. I wanted to show you these other calendars I got and how they have the pictures on the back that we can use the same way as we did these farmhouse ones. This calendar is the Shine Bright in All You Do calendar from the Dollar Tree. These are all from the Dollar Tree. And it has the pictures on the back with all the motivational sayings. And I love the fall one. Fall in love, thankful and blessed, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, and then you get, you know, of course, the big pictures inside, but the little pictures are useful too. Okay, so that's the Shine Bright in All You Do. This one is the Be Brave. And I'm loving this pumpkin one and this moon one for Halloween. It's got some writing around the edge. And then this Peace on Earth would be a beautiful ornament. All of these would, actually. Some of them will go on a farmhouse tree better than others. But anyway, that's what those are looking like. And this is the farm animal one I was telling you about. It says, God bless this farm. And it has a big old white cow on the front. But look at these pictures. They're so cute. Got little pigs and chickies, and there's a donkey, and I'm loving this Christmas horse and the big goat. The big picture on the side is the goat. Yeah, so there's the goat right there. I was going to say you get an extra picture, but they have the dog and the cat. I think those are going to, I think I'm going to make the same kind of ornaments out of these pictures so that I can have the farm animals on my farmhouse tree as well. And then the last one I've got, I really like this one. I think I'm going to go back and see if I can get another one. It's called Simply Blessed, and it's got the little broken wreath on it. And this has something for every season. I love the simplicity of the Easter Bunny one. It's just, it says spring, and that could stay up all season. This Land of the Free because of the Brave would be a beautiful one to have up all summer long. And there's some more lemons. And then Good Tidings of Comfort and Joy for Christmas. And then this one is Begin Each Day with a Grateful Heart. And this one just says Be Kind. Those are all beautiful ornaments that, or would make beautiful ornaments to be on your farmhouse Christmas tree as well. Okay, so those are the calendars that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Be checking back with me because I will be doing a series. This is the first project in a series that I will be doing from the calendars, and they won't all be from the farmhouse or farmers market calendar. They'll be from all of the different calendars I just showed you. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. All right, guys, there you have it. This is my farmers market Dollar Tree calendar project, the first one, and I made a set of 12 ornaments to go on my farmhouse Christmas tree when I decorate for Christmas later on. Let me know what you're thinking of this project in the comments section below. Is this something you might try doing? I just thought the artwork in this calendar is so farmhouse and just lovely to me that I didn't want to throw those little pictures away that were on the back. So I plan on using every square inch of this calendar. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about it. Will you make them? Do you like the plain wood Jenga blocks, or do you like the half painted, half plain? If you like this project, please give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel to grow. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Alright, this has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.